Ladies and gentlemen, thousands of Haitians have showed up at the US Mexico border. So they have been at the southern border by the thousands, and they're hoping to get into the US. Now, we know what happened in Texas over the summer, where they were just straight up rejected by politicians in this country. Yeah, it's not okay when you come to America and you look like them. I'm going to go ahead and play this story that came out on NPR December 18th, 2021.
Thousands of Haitians are camped out on a highway and in public parks at Mexico's southern border. The migrants have been flooding into the country in recent weeks, but they are prohibited from traveling north. They say they've been caught up in Mexico's crackdown to keep migrants away from the U.S. border. NPR's Carrie Kahn reports.
15 buses showed up along a busy two-lane highway just as the sun was setting in the southern Mexican border city of Tapachula last night. Hundreds of Haitian migrants who had been camped out for more than a week at the spot scrambled to get on a bus. Mexican National Guard troops in riot gear tried to keep order. Jeff Orlean didn't get a coveted seat. He's frustrated. I've been here for 5 months and have been getting the runaround, says Orlean. The 24-year-old from Haiti, his wife and small child, arrived in Tapachula in July. Unlike other countries he's transited after leaving Chile, where he lived for 4 years, Mexican immigration officials won't let the migrants leave this southern state without proper documentation. I also don't want to do anything crooked, he says. I just want to get a permit so I can get out of here. About a week ago, the migrants were told to wait on the side of this highway for buses that would take them to cities further north for jobs. During the day, the scorching sun and heat rising from the road's asphalt is excruciating. Life is really difficult, and I don't want to die. That's why I just need to keep moving forward, says Orlean. But the wait for those documents has been slow, and the steps not clear. Some days, immigration officials tell the migrants they need to line up at a park across town to get a document. Se concluyen actividades por el día de hoy. Se retoman el día de mañana a las 8 de la mañana. In the park, an immigration official walks past hundreds of migrants announcing the agency's activities are done for the day. It's not even noon. Scuffles break out as people scurry for better spots in line. Barsena Jean, also from Haiti, says she's been sleeping in the park to keep her place. There's no water and just a handful of portable toilets. They treat us like animals, she says. The Haitians are part of a huge exodus, tens of thousands by some official estimates, pouring out of South America as once plentiful jobs there dried up during the pandemic. Mexican officials predict by year's end, nearly 130,000 people will have requested asylum or protected status this year. Nearly half are Haitians. While the numbers are clearly overwhelming the country's understaffed refugee agency, activists say incompetence and malice have also led to what they are calling a humanitarian crisis at the border. Creo que es parte de una política de deshumanización. I think this is part of the immigration authorities' policy of dehumanizing and humiliating the migrants, says Yamil Athier, an activist and psychologist. She says the hope is the Haitians will just give up. Mexico's immigration agency would not comment. Maureen Meyer of the Washington Office on Latin America says the U.S. has long pressured Mexico to deter and detain. It's also a message from the Biden administration that what they want from countries farther south is to do as much as they can to stop migrants from reaching the U.S.-Mexico border. At the park where migrants continue to wait in long lines for documents and bus rides, local gang prevention officer Alberto Rodriguez says there is no control over who comes and who goes. Se fueron 800, vienen 1,000. One day, 800 leave the city, and the next day, another 1,000 show up right behind them. Carrie Kahn, NPR News, Tapachula, Mexico.
All right. So you see, they are coming, and you heard what came out of the Biden administration. They don't want these people. Now, during the time Joe Biden was running for office, oh, he embraced migrants. Oh, let the immigrants come. Let them come, right? Not these immigrants. They don't want these immigrants. Okay? This is not the ones he was talking about. But as you can see, they are straight up telling the Mexican government they don't want these people. Just like they said in the summer when they were all under that bridge in Texas. Many of you may remember, they were making it very clear they did not want these Haitian immigrants. And then, of course, when it all came out in the news, then they tried to backtrack what they said because they know how bad it looks. But as you can see, the Biden administration is at it again, letting the Mexican government know, do everything you can to stop them from coming across the border. Did you hear that? Mm-mm-mm. You know, one thing about Trump, he didn't want no immigrant. He didn't care who they were, if they were from South America, Haiti, Africa. He didn't want none of these immigrants. He wanted none. The Biden administration is very selective about which immigrants they want in this country. There's no doubt about it. And as you can see, even months later, the attitude has not changed towards these Haitians at all. They just straight up don't want them here. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this story and how they are all piled up at the Mexico border, and Mexico is giving them the runaround uh and just prolonging their time at the border. I guess they're hoping, like they said, they will just give up and go away. Well, they're not giving up. You heard one person said they were there for 5 months. I don't see how you can hang out at a border for 5 months. That is just that's really outrageous. Not kind of, it really is outrageous to be at any border that long. But please tell me what you think about this story. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Well, at least this time around, they don't have the men on the horseback beating on them like we saw back over the summer. Peace, family.